Hi guys, welcome to another video. My name is Dariela Villaneda from BPE3C, and for today's video we will be talking about basketball. Here's the short history of basketball. Basketball was invented in 1981 by Dr. James Naismith, a Canadian of Scottish descent, and Springfield College, Massachusetts. The college was the International YMCA training school, and the game was invented to provide an indoor activity for the trainee. YMCA leaders. When the game was first played, pitch baskets were nailed up at each end of the gymnasium as goals. Hence on the origin of the name basketball. The first set of rules was published and distributed through the YMCA movement in 1892. And this resulted in the game spreading rapidly throughout Canada and USA. 1892, also the game played in England for the first time at Birkenhead YMCA after the club president was the game played whilst on a business trip to Canada. In 1893, the game was introduced into the physical training college in Hampstead. Now the name of the school is Dartford College of PE by Madame Berman Osterberg. Changes to the game to the suit the girls led to the first rules of netball being published in 1901. Basketball was invented by the great Dr. James Naismith. Without Dr. James Naismith, we don't have the sport that we love. It's called basketball. By 1898, a professional league was established in the USA, and by 1911, basketball had spread throughout the UK. First country to play basketball is USA, then followed by the UK. In 1924, it was introduced as a demonstration sport at the Paris Olympic Games, and Great Britain won the title. The first winner in the sport called basketball was the Great Britain. 1927 saw the Abe Saperstein on a Londoner from the world famous Harlem Globetrotters, and in 1931 FIBA, the International Basketball Federation, was formed with a Welshman as its first secretary. The England Basketball Association was formed in 1936, 13 years before the NBA was formed. Nauna pong nabuo yung England Basketball Association kaysa sa National Basketball Association or the NBA. And by 1957, the English School Basketball Association was formed. The 1970s saw the introduction of both men and women's national league in the UK. And by 1999, 219 teams were entered in the over 16 national leagues, with almost 100 competing at under 15 levels. By 1990, there were 117 members countries in FIBA, making basketball the second largest of the world's governing bodies and also the world's fastest growing and largest participation sport. Because of FIBA, many countries joined the sport, so that the sport was the second largest sport in the world. So to date there are 212 members countries worldwide, whilst in the UK alone there are over 500,000 people who regularly participate in recreational basketball, and it has become increasingly common to find the sport as the part of the curriculum in the school. So, hindi nagtagal, so yung basketball is naging part na ng curriculum ng school. So, yung basketball is tinuturo na rin sa mga schools. It is also used widely as a community activity, as anyone of any age or gender can participate. So, dito sa ating bansa, so walang pinipiling edad o walang pinipiling kasarian ng sport na basketball. So, makikita natin sa lahat ng paligid is maraming naglalaro nito. So, basketball is now included in the Commonwealth Games, and the sport is generally received a lot of coverage, with the GB wheelchair team perform very successfully in the Paralympic recently. So, yung basketball is nilalaro na rin ng yung mga nakasakay sa wheelchair. So, tinatawag itong Paralympics o para sports, para sa mga may kapansanan. So, proving that it is a sport that is accessible and playable by all. So, yun nga. So, walang pinipiling tao o may kapansanan man o wala, makakalaro pa rin ng basketball. Now, let's proceed to basic equipments and the facilities. So, first equipment is the ball. So, very important ito sa basketball. So, hindi ka naman makakalaro kung wala yung ball. Then, next one is the backboard and rim. So, the regulation height above the ground for the rim is 10 feet. So, yung taas ng rim is 10 feet manggagaling sa ground. And the rim is 18 inches in diameter. So, the standard size of the rim is 18 inches. So, the backboards are 6 feet wide and by 14 inches tall, with the inner square being 24 inches wide by 18 inches tall. So, yun yung backboard and rim. So, the next one is the foul line. So, the foul line, for all size courts, the foul line is 15 feet in front of the backboard. So, yung foul line is tinatawag din natin siyang free throw line. So, next one is the key, o yung sa may top of the key. So, yung the key is 12 feet wide and is the same for all basketball courts. So, the backboard extend 4 feet out over the baseline into the key. A half circle diameter 6 foot extend from the foul line away from the basket to complete the key. So, yun yung the key. So, yung the key is meron siya sa may 3-point line. So, yun yung tinatawag nilang top of the key. Then, yung sa may isa is yung may nakikita tayong konting curve sa may gitna ng free throw line. So, yun din yung tinatawag na key. So, the next one is the 3-point line or the big arc. So, the NBA basketball courts, the 3-point arc is 22 feet to the center of the rim. So, ganun kalayo yung 3-point arc. On the center of the rim on the side with a straight line extended out. So, hindi siya totally arc kasi yung sa dulo nito is dalawang straight, then magkakaroon siya ng arc. So, 16 feet and 9 inches from the baseline. Past those points, the line extend out 23 feet, 9 inches from the center of the rim. So, ganun kalayo yung 3-point line. So, mga kilala nating shooters is sila Steph Curry, Klay Thompson is parang binibasic lang nila yung 3 points. So, next one is the line markings. So, all line markings on the floor are 2 inches wide and can vary in color. So, kalimitan nakikita nating kulay sa mga floor is color white. So sa NBA ngayon is napapansin natin is depende dun sa kulay ng uniform ng team is ganoon na rin yung kulay ng baseline nila. So yun yung mga basic equipments and facilities sa basketball. Now let's proceed to the basic rules of basketball. So first, let's talk about the rules of the offense. So the basketball team on offense is the team with the basketball. When a player has the basketball, there are certain rules they must follow. So first one, the player must bounce or dribble the ball with one hand. So hindi pwedeng dalawa kasi matatawagan ka ng violation na double dribble. So while moving both feet. So while dribbling, kailangan din nating mag-move. So kasi pag hindi ka nag-move, pwede kang matawagan sa other side ng court ng 8 seconds violation. So at any time, both hands touch the ball or the player stop dribbling, the player must only move one foot. So kapag nag-dribble ka then nag-stop ka then hinold mo yung ball ng dalawang mong kamay, hindi mo na to pwedeng ulit i-dribble kasi matatawagan ka nga ng double dribble. So pwede mo siyang i-pass sa kakampi mo. No. So kapag nag-stop ka naman, hindi ka pwedeng maglakad kasi matatawagan ka naman ng traveling violation. So the foot that is stationary is called the pivot foot. So dapat one step lang yung gagawin mong step pag nag-stop ka in dribbling para hindi ka tawagan ng traveling violation. So the next one is the basketball player can only take one turn at dribbling. So in the other words, once a player has stopped dribbling, they cannot start another dribble. So yun nga yung sinabi ko kanina is hindi na sila pwedeng mag-dribble kasi matatawagan na sila ng violation na double dribble. So a player who starts dribbling again is called for a double dribbling. So yun nga. So yun yung isang violation. So a player can only start another dribble after another player from either team touches or gain control of the basketball. So yun nga, matatouch mo lang ulit yung bola kung pinasa mo sa kasama mo then binalik sa'yo. So kapag binalik na sa'yo, pwede mo na siya ulit i-dribble. So this is usually after a shot or a pass. So pwede rin i-shoot or pwedeng galing sa pasa. So next one is the ball must stay in bounds. If the offensive team loses the ball out of bounds, the other team gets control of the basketball. So dapat kapag inyo yung bola or hawak nyo yung bola is every ball possession is important. So dapat kapag hawak nyo yung bola is kailangan maitama nyo siya sa ring or mas importante is ma-shoot nyo siya para walang turnover. So next one is yung the player's hand must be on top of the ball while dribbling. So kasi pag yung kamay mo is nagdi-dribble ka ng ganyan then pinunta mo sa ilalim, so matatawag yung lifting violation. So if they touch the bottom of the basketball while dribbling and continue to dribble, this is called the carrying the ball or the lifting violation. So the player will lose the ball to the other team. So pwede na siyang makonsider na turnover. So the last one is once the offensive team or players crosses half court, they may not go back into the backcourt. So matatawagan ka ng backcourt violation. This is called a backcourt violation. So yun nga, if the defensive team knocks the ball into the backcourt, then the offensive team can recover the ball legally. So matatouch mo lang yung bola backcourt kapag na for example is na nagdi-dribble ka then pinasa mo yung bola sa kasama din na touch nila, so pwede mong habulin yon kasi mapupunta siya sa backcourt pero na-touch ng kalaban. Pero kapag ikaw yung last touch, then napunta sa court ng kalaban, matatawagan ka ng backcourt violation. So yun yung rules ng mga nasa offense. Now guys, let's proceed to the defensive rules. So the defensive rules is, the team on defense is the team without the basketball. So the main rule of the defensive player is not to foul. A foul is described as gaining an unfair advantage through physical contact. So yung defensive team naman is, ang kailangan lang nilang iwasan is ma-foul. Kasi yung foul is very, kailangan iniingatan yan. Kasi kapag nakakuha ka ng 5 or 6 fouls is maaari kang mapatalsik sa court. Kasi nakuha mo na yung 6 or 5 mong fouls. So there is some interpretation that has to be made by the referee. So but in general, the defensive player or a team may not touch the offensive player in a way that cause the offensive player to lose the ball or miss a shot. So ang trabaho lang ng defensive team or defensive player is kailangan ma-anticipate niya yung offense ng kalaban, then dapat hindi nila ma-shoot yung bola. So yun yung pinaka rules or pinaka trabaho ng defensive team. So ito naman is yung rules for everyone. So although the foul rule is described above a defensive rule, it applies exactly the same to all players on the court, including the offensive players. So the second one is, basketball players cannot kick the ball or hit with their fist. So hindi nila pwedeng tadyakan o suntukin yung bola kasi violation din yun. So third one is, no player can touch the ball while is traveling downward towards the basket or if it is on the rim. So this is called goaltending. So hindi mo pwedeng i-touch yung bola kapag yung bola is nasa ring pa. Kasi matatawag nga itong goaltending violation. So last one is, every player on the court is subject to the same rules regardless of the position they play. So the position in basketball are just for team basketball strategy and there are no position in the rules. Basic individual skills in basketball.